How are you? How are you doing today? Hope you're well. It's a nice Sunday, sunny Sunday here in Guadalajara, in Mexico. Well, let's start today's broadcast. Um, Hello, hola, bienvenidos un día más. Vamos a empezar la emisión de hoy. Eh, Hace un día soleado aquí en Guadalajara. Hello, Dragon. Hello, Gino and Mauro. Hope you're doing well. Well, today it's going to be a special broadcast. We're going to have some surprises for you. I'm opening the chat, as always. Estoy abriendo el chat para poder veros. Vamos a tener unas cuantas sorpresitas que espero os gusten. Hello, Zia, Romano, love you too. Hola, Eder. Espero que estés bien. Espero que os estéis quedando en casa, que seáis responsables. Hope you're staying home and being responsible. Hello, Erickson. Hola, Val Calle, espero que estés bien. Hello, Moonbear. Oh, that's nice, bathrobe bear. I'll be wearing a bathrobe too if they wouldn't cut my channel. Hello, Steven. Hello, boys. Chadi. Hola, Pablo. ¿Qué tal? Seishin Kuma. Hello there. Hola, Marcos. Marcos Silva. Boa tarde. Besos para Río de Janeiro. Hello, Ali. Hello, Bulco Bear. Hola, Antonio. Gerardo Muñoz. Alberto Cortesi. Pues aquí estamos. Un domingo más en casita y a punto de... Y aquí está. Here's Jeremy. Jeremy's on the chat and he will be live in a few minutes to say hi to all of you, and we will be talking about Tell Me Why. This is the song for today. The other days I was presenting the songs of my new album All Systems Go, but today we're going to start with different things. Well, later I'll tell you something. Ramón dice que me ponga un ventilador. No puedo poner un ventilador. Tengo uno aquí, pero si lo pongo el ruido hace que no se oiga mi voz bien. Entonces me tengo que aguantar. Para eso tengo este invento antiquísimo y muy útil que se llama abanico. Bonsoir, moquetar. Hello, Rashidur. Hola, Leo. Leo Hidalgo, espero que estés bien. Well, we're doing well here. It's, well, you know, we all have to be staying home and being responsible, so that takes a little toll, but we're doing our best. Kisses and hugs, Wilfredo, for you too. Thank you, Shane. Today I'll be singing a different version for you, because I thought it would be nice to change it a little and offer you something different. Muchas gracias, Eder. Hello, my cubs. Yeah, we are here. Jeremy, Jose Spinning is also there. Jose Spinning will be broadcasting a really nice DJ set live, 90s throwback, in about 4 hours. He'll be later here and he will tell you where you can watch his set. Gracias, Eder. Hello, Halim. Hola, estoy bien. Espero que tú estés bien y que estés en casa. Hello, Wayne. Hope you're doing well. Did the storm go away? Is it good there today? Pues sí, Ramón, un poco. Bueno, hoy no sudo tanto. Es más una cuestión. Ya me voy acostumbrando. Awesome. Moquetar, I can sing Arab, I don't know Arab. So let me connect with Jeremy so he can get into the conversation. I'm going to use my iPad to contact with him. Jeremy, I'm calling you in 2 minutes. Ah, Antonio, pues tengo 52 años. No tengo problema ninguno. A mí me encanta mi edad. Oh, awesome, Mike. Well, today it's going to be something else, the set. So don't miss it. It will be in about 4 hours. Where?
My YouTube channel.
On his YouTube channel. I'll put, as yesterday, links on my community section and all my social media, but have in mind it will be that 4 hours later, DJ spinning. Ramón, a mí me encantaría hacer un party, pero hasta que no pase esto no podemos reunirnos, o sea, que cuando se pueda. Love you too, Amir. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Ajit. I'm calling Jeremy. Hola Leo Hidalgo, besitos para Costa Rica. I haven't eaten yet, Sia. It's noon here. It's 12 in the morning.
Hello.
Hello. So Jeremy's here.
There
Say
we
hi.
go.
Say hi to the guys.
Hello.
You're on the screen.
Hi there. Hello, everybody. Good to see you.
No, Eder, we didn't go to TBRU because it was just starting when it was all starting, so it was not a good idea to travel or do any bear stuff.
It was cancelled.
And it was cancelled on last minute, so. Jeremy, everybody's saying hi.
Is there a little time lag?
Yeah, I think it's always there's always a little lag. Well, you and me not, but they should have it. So let's talk a little about tell me why. I don't know. Guys, ask whatever. This is the moment. Ask whatever you want about tell me why. We're here for you. So I'll be waiting for the first question. Bueno, Ramón, sí, hay cosas que se están inventando, pero esto hay que tomárselo en serio y es muy importante quedarse cada uno en su casa y ser responsable.
Tenemos conocidos enfermos y muertos, eso no es inventado.
Tenemos conocidos enfermos, hay gente que conocemos que ha fallecido. Yo no hablo de estas cosas en directo porque quiero que tengáis ese momento. ¡Hey! Somebody just took his shirt off. Well, you have to take this seriously because we have friends that are going through this. We have friends that have died already. I try not to talk about this on this broadcast because I think we all need a little moment of lightness and fun. But please be responsible.
Questions for general.
Yeah, questions, please. Jay is saying he loved the outtakes, the bloopers. Those were fun, but we had really a lot of fun that day shooting. Can you tell them something that has not been said yet that could be fun for them to know?
Okay, so one of the things that many people don't know about that video is that there's a lot of water scenes in there. There is stuff inside a pool, and there's stuff that happens in a shower and in a bathtub. And it just so happened that the day that we got there, the water heater went out on one side of the house where we were filming the tub scenes. So what you're seeing in that bathtub is about 2 inches of ice cold water.
I'll translate this later.
And asking, like, when are we going to, do you have enough footage yet? Because this is freezing my butt off. And then when we were in the pool, it was even colder because it was overnight and it had rained overnight. And so the pool had gotten really chilly. So we're like getting in like, you know, little old man. But the shower scene, that was really nice and warm, but it was also really super close quarters. So like the camera was like maybe a foot away from us, and we were like, you know, trying to get stuff, you know, do things together within the space of like 10 inches, which was great. Trust me, because it was a lot of fun. We had a good time.
You know, we paid a lot for the rent of that place, and suddenly the heaters didn't work. We had a planned like a really hot and sexy shower scene we couldn't do. Now I'm going to translate this to Spanish. Well, él está diciendo que cuando rodamos el vídeo había muchas escenas con agua. De hecho, había incluso una escena que no se pudo rodar. Era en una ducha muy bonita. Porque no había, los calentadores no funcionaban. Entonces había que calentar el agua en cazos, llevarla a la bañera, fue un lío. Y estaba aquello congelado. Casi nos morimos del frío, pero fue divertido. Y claro, lo que dice él, después la escena que sí sale de la ducha la rodamos abajo y estaba a la distancia, la cámara estaba aquí al lado y fue muy, fue muy tremendo. O sea... somebody was asking, Jeremy, where are you from?
Oh, I live in Arizona in the United States. So we are just north of Mexico, in the capital city of Phoenix. So like smack in the middle of the state, and it's very desert-like here. It's actually much hotter than Guadalajara gets. So I'm used to heat, just not, you know, wet heat like they get in Mexico. Hey, can I tell them a little something about the striptease part?
Okay, yes, please.
Okay, so like one of my favorite things about the striptease thing was that we had talked about one of my favorite movies is True Lies, and the scene where Jamie Lee Curtis goes to the hotel room where Arnold Schwarzenegger is sitting there in the shadows watching her and telling her to, you know, to strip down and stuff, and so she she doesn't know it's her own husband and stuff, and all of a sudden she becomes like super sexy. And it's one of my favorite scenes, and so we were talking about that, and Ben said, yeah, you know, we should kind of do kind of an homage to that. So so that's part of what was the inspiration to that. What I did not realize, because I haven't made a ton of videos of that level, of that caliber, was that you have to do stuff like over and over again. So I had to take off my clothes, and then we'd have to rewind, and I'd have to put everything back on and try to remember what moves they did and take them off again while they got another camera angle. And literally, it was like 20 times of having to take off my clothes and put them back on. So I mean, it was fun, but it's also a lot of work, and so you have to try to remember, okay, stay engaged and try to remember to look sexy but not weird. Try to look like you're, you know, into it and not, you know, and not strange or anything. So, but then again, when you have great inspiration, you know, it's a lot easier to be able to do those kind of things.
Just remember the kiss scene. Well, that's on the bloopers. You can see because Jose made us kiss like 30 times until he got the good shot, and we were running out of wine. We used like 2 bottles and we were beginning to be tipsy. It was like, oh my god. It was, and well, there's another scene. Farit will be here later. You remember when we were on the pool, we were freezing our asses off, and suddenly, like 5 minutes on the take, Jose Spinning says, hey, this doesn't work because Farit is on one side of the pool taking selfies. You know? We had to repeat it all over again. It was, oh my god.
Oh, let me look at a couple of the questions here. Sorry.
Yes. Mike says he wants to see the other version. Well, the other version will be available on live performances and hopefully on the future when YouTube is not that homophobic.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Jane wanted to know how Ben and I met, and actually, in reality, I knew who Ben was years and years and years before we ever even spoke because of his work as a remixer, because I have CD singles from Cher and from TLC and from Marta Sanchez that had this name of the Pumpin' Dolls remix, and I was like, what is the Pumpin' Dolls? That's so funny. But then I would see his name, and then like in 2015, I think it was, we just started chatting out of the blue, and he mentioned who he was, and I was like, oh my gosh, I know who you are. I absolutely love what you've done. And he said that he was thinking about doing a music project and wanted to know if I'd be willing to appear in a video. And I'm like, okay, like, what do you want me to do? He's like, I just want you to dance around in the streets of Chicago. That's all we need to do. So I said, okay, that sounds like fun. Let's go ahead and do that. So that's where the first video came about. But we had not even met at that time. We hadn't seen each other ever face to face, only through chatting and through pictures and stuff. So I did not actually meet him until 2017, I think, when I came to Mexico the first time. I think that was, and that's the first time we actually met in person when we filmed Tell Me Why. So that, like, when we were filming those scenes together, that was literally like the second day, I think. That
yes. It was a really, really fun and weird.
But clearly, we hit it off because we certainly there's a lot in that video that is done for artist's sake, and there's a lot in that video that was very real. So
yes.
if I had to make my choice of going through dance moves over and over again, or being in bed with somebody sexy like that, I would be the sexy bed guy. So
somebody was asking how many hours did the bed scenes take. Well, what they don't know, they took 2 days. We started doing them at night, very late night of the first day, and we had to resume the shooting the next morning and do but they took like 4 hours because there's a scene that's not on the video, that took a lot of time to do, and it took hours to do well.
I wish the heater had been working, because the shower on the other side of the house was big and it was open and it was a nice big rain shower, and it would have been really, really awesome. But on the plus side, with the small shower and the small bit of light that there was on top of us, that diamondy effect that it got was just was
beautiful.
Incredible.
Yes, that
cool thing happened by accident sometimes. And there, how was the smell of the underwear when it was thrown on his face? Well, let me tell you, if you have ever been to a gymnasium.
Let me translate some of this for the guys, please. Alguien preguntó cuántas horas tomó el rodaje de las escenas de cama del vídeo. Y bueno, nos tomaron mucho más tiempo del que parece. Empezamos a rodarlas de madrugada, creo que fue un viernes jueves creo que fue. Empezamos a rodarlas de madrugada, como a las 12 de la noche o así, porque hubo el problema del agua, que no iban los calentadores, toda el agua estaba fría, así que os podéis imaginar. Además no hacía calor en el lugar. Y hubo que rodar una parte de las escenas por la madrugada y después por la mañana, a primera hora, empezamos a rodar de nuevo las diferentes tomas de la cama. Y en total llevó como unas 4 horas, pero es porque dos de las escenas más importantes del vídeo que vosotros no habéis visto, que es el que está guardado, llevaron mucho trabajo. Técnicamente fueron muy complicadas de rodar. Creo que eso fue, ¿no? So I think that was the question. Let's look for another one.
I was just answering Zia, who was asking what I do in my real life.
Oh, yes.
When I'm not, taking my clothes off and dancing around and stuff, I actually have a full-time day job, and I work for a big drug store chain here in the States. I work for a subsidiary that is prescription insurance. And so actually, since the since things have happened recently, I actually am working a lot more hours than I would normally be. So it's been very nice. The last couple days I've actually not had to work, so it's been kind of a good thing to be able to have to take a little bit of a break, because it's been kind of stressful there. But this, when we talked about doing this and getting together, it was like, oh my gosh, I think that's wonderful. I absolutely want to do that.
Mhm.
I've been kind of out of things just because I haven't had time to really look at social media much. So this is really fun. I'm so glad to be able to see everybody and to answer questions like this. This is really fun. Plus, talking about a really fun time like this, it just brings me back to some really good feelings, and I hope it brings good feelings to you guys too, because we really wanted to do something that was going to be beautiful and going to be sexy, but not raunchy necessarily, and not playing being bears as a joke. We wanted it to be serious.
Let me translate. Guys, alguien le preguntó a Jeremy a qué se dedica en su vida normal. Él trabaja para una farmacéutica, entonces en este momento tiene mucho trabajo, trabaja desde casa, pero son tiempos complicados, entonces tiene que estar atendiendo muchas cosas. También estaba diciendo que lo que fue nuestra intención con el vídeo de Tell Me Why fue hacer algo divertido y bonito, pero que además que fuese elegante y que nos mostrase a los osos de una manera diferente a la que se nos suele mostrar. Y que no ha estado mucho tiempo online estos días, pero es precisamente por su trabajo, que tiene que ver con lo que está pasando. Pero que cuando le dije de hacer esto, pues que le pareció genial y que es importante, pues eso, de mantener el ánimo arriba y estar todos unidos y contentos. Let's look for another question. There was like some naughty questions there. I don't know if we should address them, but...
Oh, I didn't see any naughty ones. What was there? Well, let's see.
There was one about the underwear.
Oh, yeah, that's why I said, when he said, what did the underwear smell like after? That's why I said, so, if you've ever been to a gymnasium, you would know how that smells, because your own clothes probably get the same way.
Oh my god.
Oh, and hey, man, I wish I know it's nice to not have to wear spectacles, but I don't have contacts, so I can go without them for a little bit, but if I do, I can't really read with the chats. Wait.
It's like me. I have to use this to read sometimes.
Okay, I can do it now. It's like, no, I can't. Sorry, my eyes are too bad. Sorry, I gotta use the glasses.
Marek is asking if you're married. Yes, he's married to a really beautiful guy.
Yes, my hubby Tom. We've been together for 20 years, and he is a really, really wonderful guy. He really supports everything that I do. He's supportive of Ben's artwork and has been very, very kind, letting me go to Mexico and to be there and to film these things. He's just a wonderful guy, and he's met both Ben and Jose, and we're all good friends. We love each other. We really, really do. It's a really nice time when the four of us are together.
Jeremy está hablando de su marido Tom. Alguien preguntó si estaba casado. Sí, está casado con Tom. Nos conocimos a Tom, de hecho, el año pasado, José y yo, en Las Vegas, en Bigger Vegas, y nada, es una persona maravillosa y llevan muchos años juntos. Rashidur, we post, you have to have in mind, we want to keep the quality of the work. We cannot allow this to turn into a meme. If you want to see the bloopers, you can see them here on YouTube in context, because they have to do with the video. These are not made to be taken out of context or wherever. I hope you understand that. Because we fight a lot that fight, because in fact we've done a lot of things trying to change the vision people has of us as bears, as bigger guys. We try to present a different image and to also represent bigger guys, older guys, and send a message that we can also be sexy and be on nice houses, on nice places. We deserve to have a nice and beautiful life. And that's something that regular big media doesn't always show. So that's why if you want to watch things, please come to YouTube, because it's also important that YouTube knows that our stories matter. The many visits we have on videos, that gives us power. Hope that makes sense to you. Estaba diciendo que la razón por la que no ponemos trocitos en Twitter y tal es porque no hay que desvirtuar el trabajo que hemos intentado hacer, que es representar a las personas mayores, grandes, osos, gays. Entonces, queremos que el mensaje sea coherente, queremos presentar una imagen mejor que la que los medios suelen presentar. Entonces, es más importante tener muchas visitas aquí en YouTube, porque eso nos da poder. Eso le hace ver a los medios que nuestras historias también importan. That was it.
Just if I could leapfrog off of that, sometimes it's cute what people do with the things that they find out there. I've had people do the same thing with my own videos. And recently I saw another a segment of Tell Me Why that was repurposed by somebody. And, you know, most of the time it's okay, you know, they aren't disrespectful with it. But unfortunately, sometimes people will do things and they will make fun in ways that are not kind. There's a picture of myself and another guy that was taken, and they erased my face and put Donald Trump's face on me, and they erased Tom's face, and they put Kim Jong-un on his face, and they made it this big joke that, look at, you know, the president of the United States and the leader of North Korea in Speedos next to each other. And it was just basically a fat shaming joke, and that didn't feel good. When I saw that, you know, that kind of thing doesn't make me smile, doesn't make me happy. It's somebody basically just taking me and Tom's bodies and then using them as a joke. And those are supposed to be people that are supposed to, you know, be thinking positive things and stuff, but it just doesn't come off that way. So that's kind of why, you know, I agree with Ben. We need to really make sure that we, you know, keep control over this stuff that we're doing and try to, you know, utilize it in a positive way.
Yes, you know, it's always, you cannot, as we say in Spanish, you cannot put doors on the fields, you know, on mountains, because everything will always go their way. But I think it would be better if us as a community support each other and try to keep. I think it's important that we send that message to big media, that bigger guys and gays and bears and older guys have all the right to be represented and to be cool and nice and not a joke. You know, fat shaming is not good at any age. So that's why we don't do that. And if you don't understand, pues, I'm sorry. Maybe you're not part of this. I don't know.
Somebody asked if we're going to be doing other projects. Hazael, I really want to do some new stuff, and as time goes on and we you know, are able to move through the current situation and things come back to a point where people can get together again, I absolutely do want to get together. In one way, it's kind of good because everything's been canceled, so all of my vacation time is building up right now. So the next time we go to Mexico, I'll have a little more time to spend. And then we'll be able to, like, really, you know, have a chance ahead of time to talk about what we, you know, what ideas we have. I know Farit is already, you know, working on video ideas, and I'm thinking of new things all the time and ways that, you know, I can be of use. And so, and the great thing about Ben is that he really listens to stuff. And when we talked about another video for Beautiful Nothing, he actually let me send him a treatment that I wrote about that, a script, an idea.
His idea.
And he liked it. And that's doable. We can do that, you know. So that's awesome. It was really fun, and I was like so flattered that he would listen to my ideas and think that they were any good. So you know, I definitely we want to collaborate together some more.
And I think the body movement is awesome. So keep at it. I'm going to translate some of this. Oh my god, I just got lost. ¿Qué es lo que? Well, I cannot translate. No puedo traducir porque se me acaba de ir.
Oh, about the video ideas?
Oh, yes, video ideas. Sí, estamos trabajando en ideas. Farit está desarrollando las ideas para uno de los vídeos. Y siempre estamos con esas cosas. Jeremy escribió la idea de Beautiful Nothing. Fue el responsable de ese vídeo. Y siempre estamos hablando y mirando y escuchando e intentando pues, hacer lo mejor posible y hacer nuevos vídeos que os interesen, claro que sí. I'm going to sing Tell Me Why, and we get back later to you again, okay? Because I don't want to sing too late. I'll be singing, and then we come back and we answer everything that's left, okay? Voy a cantar Tell Me Why y ahora volvemos con Jeremy. I'm closing this and I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Okay.
So, singing time. Sorry if any of your questions got lost. We will try to read and answer as much as we can. So today's song is Tell Me Why. We had Jeremy Morse, he'll be back later, and we will have Farit too. I want... no, let me... Oh, I'm reading and it's too much. Okay, let's sing Tell Me Why. Hope you enjoy it. It's a different version. You can find a similar one on the single of Tell Me Why. So there we go. You've got this way. Tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why. I've gotta know and do it now. Tell me why. Tell me why. I've gotta know and do it now. Yeah, do it to me, baby. Don't keep me waiting. Baby, what's your secret? Where do you keep it? You cause a chain reaction. Give me more, you gotta hurt me. And do it, tell me why. I've gotta know, and do it now. Tell me why. Yeah, I've gotta know, and do it now. Do it. Baby, you gotta know, baby, I'm going kinda crazy. For your love, you gotta hurt me, and do it, tell me why, I've gotta know, and do it now, tell me why, I've gotta know. And do it now. Tell me why. Tell me. Tell me why. And that's it. This was a special version of Tell Me Why. Hope you enjoyed it. Esta fue una versión especial de Tell Me Why, un poquito más corta, espero que os gustase. Vamos a volver a hablar. ¿Puedes venir? Tengo aquí a José Spinning, que venga y diga hola, y de paso llame a Farit.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Aquí estamos.
José Spinning estará dentro de 3 horas y media en su canal de YouTube, retransmitiendo un set muy especial de los 90. Siéntate ahí. José Spinning will be broadcasting in 3 hours and a half a really special set from the 90s on his channel. Let me move this. And he's calling Farid now, so he can say hello. While he calls Farid, I'll be reading your messages. Okay.
Y aquí está.
Bájale el volumen.
Sí, bájale el volumen a Farid a la computadora para que solo escuches la llamada, ¿vale?
Now we have lag, you know. I don't know why YouTube emits this later after like 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
here's Farid.
Un segundo.
Bájale el brillo.
¿Se ve?
A ver, sí. Aquí está Farid. Di hola, Farid. Say hi, Farid.
Hola.
¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo llevas el encierro?
Pues muy bien, no he salido más que para lo necesario. ¿Ustedes qué tal?
Pues bien, llevamos ya 14 días aquí en casa, o más, ¿no? 16 creo que son ya. Y llevando cuidado para que no vaya a más esto. Can you say something in English, Farid? Like hi or...
Hi. How are you?
Estuvimos hablando del rodaje de Tell Me Why, que tú estuviste allí ayudándonos y que te colaste en más de una escena haciéndote selfies. ¿Hay algún recuerdo que tengas del vídeo que le pueda resultar gracioso a la gente?
Creo que lo más gracioso, o después de haber grabado todo, que no importó que la agua estuviera muy fría, fue después de que todos estuvimos en la alberca ya disfrutando un poco después de haber hecho toda la grabación del video.
Mm-hmm. He's saying that one of the things you cannot see on the video is that when we finish shooting, we all got together on the pool and had, well, there's I think I posted a picture of that moment on Instagram, and it was really fun. It was a really fun time because it was a relief to having been able to do that. Fue un alivio haber conseguido rodarlo porque hubieron, pues siempre hay contratiempos, pero aquella vez fue tremendo. Farid, la gente dice que te quiere, que te mandan besitos.
Estoy leyendo un poco los comentarios. Yo les mando más abrazos, muchos besos y bendiciones a todos, y que todos nos estemos cuidando en estos días.
Muy bien. Pues te paso ahora con José y sigo. Voy a llamar a Jeremy otra vez. Jeremy, I'm calling you in a minute. Let me get this. It's not easy, and this song was not easy to sing because it's thought of it's more of a studio song. Well, you have all. There are already 13 other broadcasts online available, and you can sing me. You can hear me singing all the All Systems Go songs. Hello, Jeremy again.
Hello.
have you been reading the questions? Is there something you would like to answer? Because I've been busy.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say that Farit really was a really big part of the Tell Me Why video shoot because Jose was running the camera. Ben and I are trying to do our part, and Farit is running around in the background trying to get everything else done that was needed. So he did actually do a ton of work. So nobody, don't get the idea that anybody was, upset with him for taking a minute to take
no, not at all.
that helped. I took a few selfies myself too, because it was like that. I've not been in surroundings like that ever, so it was just gorgeous. And Farid had a room right next to mine in the house when we stayed the night and everything. So it was like, after the shooting ended, we talked for a little bit. So it was fun.
Dice Jeremy que Farid ayudó mucho, que además tenía la habitación contigua, la de él, en la casa, con lo que pudieron conocerse un poco mejor y hablar un rato y tal, y que fue divertido, y que nadie que se equivoque, que aunque pues todos nos tomamos selfies, que Farid trabajó mucho y que aportó mucho al vídeo. Bueno, una curiosidad, al principio iba a ser un repartidor de pizza que nos traía la cena a los dos, pero al final, como había tanto que hacer, no lo pudimos rodar. Just a curiosity, Farid in the beginning was meant to be a pizza delivery guy who brought us pizza to the bed. But in the end, we couldn't shoot that scene. Do you remember, Jeremy?
That's right. I totally forgot about that.
He was going to be the pizza delivery guy.
And then, who knows what would have happened? Maybe there would have had to be Tell Me Why Part 2.
Yes, or 3.
You know what I really love is the fact that people really have enjoyed the blooper videos almost as much as the video itself. It's really, really funny to see how I don't even remember half the stuff that was being said during all that stuff. Half the time it was just like, just talk, no one's going to hear anything, so we're just saying whatever, comes out of our mouth. And when you clip it all together like that, oh my God, some of the stuff we were talking about was hilarious. So.
I did a montage of all the scenes we shot, not repeating anything. It's about 1 hour and a half of talking and doing and everything.
Wow, I don't know that people can stand that much.
No. Yes.
Somebody said stay home and stay safe. Yes, I'm staying home and staying safe, except for, of course, every once in a while I have to go out to the pharmacy or to the grocery store, but we're always very careful. We always go and keep our distance, and we will keep doing this. We want to make sure that, we are staying safe until such time as we can get some widespread testing so we know our own statuses. And I know it sounds funny to say that because, we've all been saying this in the gay community for years, know your status. And right now, it's obviously important for that, too. We should be, assured of what we've got and what we're doing. Because I personally would feel awful if I went out and I infected anybody with anything and anybody got sick or worse. So in order to make sure that doesn't happen, I am absolutely committed to staying away from people, staying inside for now. And it may be a while before we get to see people like that, but it's all right for us to, feel unsure about things, but, we're all in this together. Everybody is in the same place. And if we can all just kind of keep in mind that, everybody affects everybody at this point, let's do this together and we can make it through. I think we're going to be better off when we get to the other side of this. I really do.
Dice Jeremy que sí, que claro, hay que quedarse en casa. Él se está quedando en casa, salvo cuando hay algo, pues no sé, farmacia o cualquier cosa que haya que hacer. Que es importante, que los gays lo tuvimos que aprender a golpes, lo de aprende, tienes que saber cuál es tu estatus, pues ahora es lo mismo, o sea, es importante saber quién lo tiene y quién no. Para no infectar a las demás personas, porque esto es muy serio, es una epidemia que se puede volver una catástrofe. Bueno, ya lo es en muchas partes, pero podría ser peor incluso. Así que todos en casa y todos llevando mucho cuidado. Reiner, Jeremy no lleva camisa porque él no quiere, porque él lo quiere así y además como está en pequeñito, pues no se ve. Es diferente, o sea, el asunto está en que yo no puedo. Okay?
Oh, did he want to put my shirt back on?
No, it's because I was telling the guys the whole week that I cannot go shirtless on this live broadcast because YouTube made turn this video down. But it's no problem you doing that because you're on a small screen, so it's not like very. But they even sent us a notification saying that we should be careful because they were short of people and they were going to be harder on.
More homophobic than ever.
Yeah, more homophobic than ever.
As long as you don't show nipples.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, I would not want anything to get censored, but here's my, this is my favorite shirt that I got because I just had a birthday.
Oh.
And I turned 50. Somebody asked how old we were. I'm not a lady, so it's okay. You can ask me. I'm not ashamed.
Yes. I'm 52, so I'm older than him.
He's only older by this much. Tom's older than both of us. I won't tell you how old he is, but he's older than both of us.
Yes. Pues sí, paciencia en España, Antonio, lo sabemos, estamos al tanto de las noticias. Maybe, José, ¿te vienes para? Maybe he could join us and tell some funny story from the video because he was the camera. He shot all the Tell Me Why video. There's any anecdote you can share with us?
Well, you already said everything, because I mean, besides that, I don't really have much recollection of it, because I was focusing on the technical part, on the cameras and the lights and all of that. So many of those things just passed without me even noticing. I was just trying to do the job and that's it. But it was fun at the end because well, it's always fun to see two really sexy men kissing and fooling around. So and recording that. So
I remember one point you said something about. I said something about this won't be hard to do. This won't be hard, and Ben says, "Oh, there are things that are hard." And I overheard someone off camera saying the same thing.
yeah.
Dilo en castellano ahora. Ahora vas.
Sí, que bueno, a ver, ya dijeron muchas de las cosas que sucedieron durante el rodaje. Más allá de eso yo no recuerdo mucho porque yo estaba muy enfocado en la parte técnica, pues yo estaba manejando la cámara, entonces yo estaba cargando las baterías para que siempre tuviéramos batería para la cámara, cambiando los lentes, checando ángulos, checando las luces, acomodando todo el equipo. Porque eso todo lo que ven no es nada más vamos a grabar, es tenemos que poner luces, incluso aunque sea de día, las tomas en de día, tienes que poner luces para compensar las sombras de la luz del sol y tal. Yo estaba a cargo de todo eso. Pero bueno, lo divertido fue desde luego ver a dos hombres hermosos besuquearse en la cama durante algunas horas, así que muy bien.
Juan José, es mejor que te hagan la prueba. O sea, has estado con fiebre, ha bajado la fiebre, sé positivo, sé optimista y además, sobre todo, ten en cuenta que el riesgo es bajo, o sea, pero es mejor que sepas lo que hay y es bueno que te hagan la prueba. Ten en cuenta que eres un privilegiado, no todo el mundo se lo puede hacer, ¿vale? Y seguro que va a estar todo bien, ya verás. Aquí estaremos para apoyarte. Hello Jackson, and well, all the guys that say hi. Saludos para todos los que habéis entrado y habéis dicho hola. Muchas gracias. Está bien, está genial. Somebody is asking if you're feeling hot, if it's hot in here.
Oh, it's very hot.
Yes.
Yes. For several reasons.
Okay.
I saw there was a question about what moment was enjoyed the most, and tell me why. I think my favorite is the bed scene. I mean, let's be real. It was nice and naked and fun, and you know, who wouldn't love to, you know, hang out in bed for a couple hours and, you know, kiss and kiss and kiss, and you know, it was a great time. Absolutely.
We have to repeat that.
Well, maybe if I find another location that I can sell, we can carry this saga forward of the realtor with low morals.
Tony pide que traduzcamos. ¿Qué es lo que...? Bueno, que alguien le preguntó a Jeremy cuál fue su momento favorito y Jeremy ha dicho que lo que más le divirtió fue estar en la cama ahí tanto rato desnudos y besándonos y toda la historia. Y que, pues eso, que estuvo muy bien. Y yo le he dicho, pues tenemos que repetir. O sea que...
Bueno, le pregunta how you could control yourself. Well, actually, that's easier than what you will think, because at the end of the day you are working, and
we have to repeat.
And you need to focus on finishing the work, and we only have had the house for 24 hours, so we need it done by that time. I mean, and that meant sleeping very little time, because we finished the shooting, part of the shooting, really late at night, probably 2 in the morning, and we have to be up as soon as the sun went up, so we were able to finish the whole thing. So yeah, it was fun, but still.
And it rained at night.
And it rained. That morning.
Voy a traducirlo, que... bueno, aparte de eso de que llovió y tal esa mañana, la mañana siguiente, era lo de... si le resultó muy difícil controlarse, si nos resultó difícil controlarnos. Y la cosa es eso que, a ver, el asunto está en que un rodaje es muy técnico y hay que repetir las cosas 1000 veces. Entonces, es un poco más complicado, pero por otro lado más llevadero. Pero en definitiva, o sea, intentamos pasárnoslo lo mejor posible, pero hubo que repetir, o sea, no os imagináis la de veces que hubo que repetir cada toma. O sea, fue...
Es que la segunda o tercera vez que tienes que cortar y repetir, pues el sexy mood como que baja un poquito, pero no digo que no se disfrute, pero cambia la perspectiva de lo que estás haciendo.
Muy bien.
Oh my God, this is so weird. I'm like getting about half of what you guys are saying. I need to go back to escuela.
Yeah. Bueno, chicos, lo estamos intentando lo mejor posible, traduciros y todo esto. Si hay alguna otra pregunta, lo decís. We're trying our best to answer everything you're writing. Just so you know, YouTube will hold some of your questions if they are either too far ahead or if they include WhatsApp numbers or something like that. That's because of your privacy. We cannot, YouTube won't allow you to put your phone number or something like that. Just so you know. So, more questions?
I was looking to see...
Rainer, pues... sí, mira, qué maravilla la cámara del teléfono, que cabemos los tres. Pues me encanta que te guste, Antonio.
Oh, you guys are wonderful. I absolutely love the things that you guys are saying, and we really appreciate all the positivity. That just makes it makes it worthwhile for us to want to, continue to do things. It's hard out there. You know how it is. I know how it is when you put, content with yourself out there, and certainly I tend to do things that open me up for a lot of commentary and a lot of critique. And, I've grown a really thick skin along with a lot of other things being thick over the years. And so it doesn't bother me if someone doesn't care for something that I've done. I totally get that. Not everything is for everybody. Not everybody's going to be enjoying everything. But I find that in the work that we have done together, that people are really, enjoying it, or at least we're not seeing a ton of a negative commentary, because I don't think there's all that much to pick apart other than, people who want to just be trolls, you know, and are negative about everything. But, you know, I'm really happy and pleased that, you know, we've been able to kind of give something positive for people to enjoy. And that's absolutely all I ever have wanted to do with anything that I've done. So that's part of the reason why I admire Ben and Jose so much for all the work that they do. It's like they're putting art out there that really means something and really helps people. So thank you guys so much for all the wonderful comments and stuff. I'm absolutely loving seeing this. I really enjoy it.
Marcos Silva pregunta si harías un set list con canciones para nuestras para ellos, o sea, un set list, un playlist con canciones mías de Benjamin Koll.
Sí, claro.
Pues ya les recuerdo, Marcos, que haga el playlist para vosotros. Recordaos que os he creado varios playlists, están en mi perfil de Spotify. Remember, guys, some guy was asking Jose to do a playlist of Benjamin Koll songs, and I was reminding him that I've created several playlists for you on Spotify. If you go to my profile there, to Benjamin Koll, and you swipe down, you'll find like 5 playlists I created for you.
Y que recuerden que está el Megamix ahí disponible con todo el All Systems Go, el previo, el Songs for a Better Future,
Sí.
totalmente remezclado.
You can also watch the Megamix here on this YouTube channel.
I did that.
He did that. And well, you know, we are always uploading new content. Tune in to our social media profiles and you'll find their links and more information. Yeah, Jay, I know it's a paid app, but you can use it for free. I'm using it for free. He pays, but I'm not.
Spotify?
Spotify.
Yeah, you can listen to everything on Spotify.
For free?
You have limitations if it's for free, but you can still hear everything. The thing is that you're going to be listening to ads like you were listening to regular radio, but you can enter without having to pay if you cannot afford it. That's your choice. They're still there for you.
And another thing, Jay, Apple Music won't let us artists create playlists for you, just so you know. They're on Spotify because it's
the Filmic Pro app, though. Maybe.
What?
He also Jay also asked a question if we'd heard of Filmic Pro.
Filmic Pro? I don't see that one.
Says that the app allows you to broadcast both sides of the iPad together for filming and video casting.
Okay, no, yeah, we haven't. That's what he was meaning. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember that particular app, but the thing is, YouTube. If I want to broadcast from my channel, and I want to use a desktop app, I have to pay a lot, and we don't get enough revenue on the channel to pay for that kind of.
Maybe in the future we can try that, but right now it was like a quick solution to do this little broadcast for these few days.
Yeah, we're all kind of running.
Yeah, playing by ear, as they say. But yeah, that's an interesting suggestion. Thank you, Jay. We're going to look it up.
Wayne, I answered the finding of my name on one of the lives, but it was, to cut a long story short, I was looking for a name that had not many hits on Google, and this was the name that had lesser hits. It's like that. ¿Algo más? Yeah, Jay, I hope we answered your question. Claro, Antonio.
Sometimes it's hard on these sets. We're all working with lag time here too.
Yes.
It's weird because I'm watching it live and it's like everything that we've talked about, it takes like 30 seconds for it to happen on screen.
Mauro is saying you look beautiful today, Jose.
Oh, thank you.
Ay, qué bonito.
Ay, qué bonito.
More beautiful than usual.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Well, he's going to be... maybe it's because he was rehearsing for his set later.
Yeah, I'm in the zone already.
When he DJs, he is irresistible.
I'm happy.
He's such a good DJ. I have to tell you guys, both of these men amaze me all the time with their talent, and I'm continually blown away by all the things that they can do. And Jose has DJ'd at several parties now that I have danced at, and it's just incredible. In fact, he DJ'd the very first time I ever go danced in Chicago. He was part of that set, and it was my first time, and I really loved it. So kudos go to him too for all the work that he does, because a lot of this work is intermeshed with him, and he does an amazing amount of work and stuff. He's so good with photography and filming and editing, and just I can't even list the number of talents that he has. I'm just so in awe of both of these guys. I miss them a lot, because January wasn't that long ago and we were all together, and I'm looking forward to the next time. I think when things get back to normal, I think the first trip I'm gonna have to make is to be to Mexico.
Jeremy estaba diciendo que de hecho, o sea, que José tocó en la primera fiesta en la que él fue gogo, en Chicago, que ahí es donde se conocieron, fue cuando se rodó el vídeo de I'll Be Good, y que José pues no solo es disc jockey, sino que también hace edición de vídeo, es el cámara de todos nuestros vídeos, hace diseño gráfico.
Sí, la mayoría, también está otra persona en el team, pero sí. Sí.
O sea, el team lo podéis conocer en mi página web. Si vais a mi biografía, abajo veréis, está todo el team, falta uno, falta Eduardo Luján, que es otro cámara y otro director. Lo que pasa es que todavía no me ha mandado su foto, entonces, pero pronto lo añadiré. Muy bien.
Love is all that matters. Yeah, I think we, that
we
definitely is going to be considered. So.
Yeah, we should. We are planning. We are going to shoot. In fact, I was going to ask you a favor, guys, later. We're going to shoot All Systems Go and Turn Back the Clock at home. They are going to be using green screen and techniques. Marco Veloso in Brazil is helping with Turn Back the Clock. I'm hoping we can do something that entices you and that you enjoy. And for the other videos that need collaboration, we'll wait until all this is over and we will get together and do the videos. Estaba diciendo que esta semana vamos a rodar All Systems Go y Turn Back the Clock, porque se pueden rodar aquí en casa, las vamos a hacer con pantalla verde. Marco Veloso en Brasil está ayudando con Turn Back the Clock y esperamos que queden muy bonitos y que os gusten. Y que los vídeos con colaboración, por ejemplo, alguien estaba diciendo que deberíamos hacer un vídeo de Love is All That Matters. Jeremy dijo que sí, que claro, pero hay que esperar a que todo esto pase y entonces ya cuando nos podamos ver todos grabaremos esos vídeos. Let me read this. Oh my God, we are more than an hour now here.
Steven Hammer dice de mis sesiones en vinilo. Okay, to Steven Hammer. Yeah, thank you so much. Actually, today's DJ set is going to be on vinyl. It's just a special edition that I'm going to be playing. And Jeremy, you might like this too. I'm going to be playing Spanish pop remixes, which is what we used to do at gay clubs here in Mexico in the 90s and early 2000s. This is before the whole circuit thing took over, so it was very diverse. So we play that, and I'm also going to play some Euro house, as we call it, later today in the same set. So yeah, I hope to see you there. Within
3 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours on his YouTube channel.
In my YouTube.
Okay, I'll put the link on my community tab, but also you can find the link to his channel on my homepage here on YouTube, and also Jeremy's. So if you want to follow them, they are there. So. Goodman is saying he's sick. Please take care, stay home, and drink lots of water. And use paracetamol, not ibuprofen. Don't
take ibuprofen, please.
Don't. Tony pregunta que cómo conocía a Jeremy Morse. Lo hemos respondido antes, no sé si lo dijimos en español.
No lo dijimos en español.
Pues I'm going to tell them in Spanish how we met.
Okay.
Nos conocimos por Facebook, en realidad, hace mucho tiempo. Y después, cuando hice I'll Be Good, él acababa de hacer un vídeo en su casa, en un hotel, y como los dos teníamos dolor de espalda, como que habíamos estado compartiendo ideas sobre cómo pelearlo y tal, y entonces yo le pedí que por favor bailase en I'll Be Good, que lo rodó José en Chicago con la ayuda de unos amigos allí. Allí fue donde se conocieron porque José tocó en una fiesta donde Jeremy fue gogo, y después seguimos hablando hasta que llegó la idea de hacer Tell Me Why. Y entonces Jeremy vino a México para una fiesta de los 90 en Guadalajara con Cubo. Y días antes de la fiesta rodamos Tell Me Why. Y nos conocimos pues justo para rodar el vídeo en persona. Ya nos conocíamos de antes. Y nada, pues a partir de ahí una bonita amistad todos. O sea, y con mucho cariño y amor. I'm going to be reading. Yes, Jay, ibuprofen. The
Advil.
Advil.
Don't take that.
The World Organization, the World Health Organization has said
What?
that ibuprofen is not good to fight this thing.
This virus actually thrives on ibuprofen, so it seems. So it has made cases worse. So don't take that for pain or anything like that right now. Even if you don't know if you're sick, just don't do it, because if you are, it may make it worse. So go to paracetamol if you have any, and of course, see a doctor. Always get in touch with your physician and to monitor this thing, because it's serious.
Okay, Massimo, don't worry. The broadcast will be here on the channel for you to enjoy whenever you want. We're even trying to get subtitles for everything. There will be later because it's lots of work. Chicos, no os preocupéis si habéis llegado tarde, porque la emisión va a estar aquí en el canal. La vais a poder ver como todas las otras. Avik, I'll think I'll be good this week at some point. I'm going to talk about it in a few minutes when we start saying our goodbyes. We'll talk about this week, okay? Masaki, kisses. Yeah, Jay, we should be taking care of our family and friends, and just being home, it's not that, well, it's serious, but you have to stay home. That's the way of taking care of your friends and family at this moment. Hello, Stefano, Felice. Yes, I signed your CD, Felice and Stefano. We are waiting for the Mexican post office for them to be able to send things again.
Because they haven't been picking up international shipping this past week. They told me they will pick it up next week, so we're waiting on that.
Mm-hmm.
In the country, there's a possibility that it may wind up in some kind of slower processing as well, just because of them taking precautions with packages and stuff. So just please be patient. I'm sure that things will get there, and I'm absolutely certain that we're all going to be able to have these things and be able to share them as soon as the things are safe. Mm-hmm. So that's the most important thing for everybody.
Okay. Well, guys, I think it's time to say goodbye for today. We're going to kiss goodbye, Jeremy. And well, thank you so much, Jeremy, for being here today with us. And give me a second, and I'll be back with you, and we'll talk about this week, okay? Thank you so much, handsome.
Love you guys
for watching.
Stay safe.
You too. Stay
safe.
I
Sí.
There you go.
Bueno, pues eso. Muchas gracias por haber estado. Thank you so much, Jeremy, for joining us today. It's been wonderful. Estoy leyendo. I'm trying to be here for everybody. Sorry if any question or comment went away. This goes too fast, but we try our best. We're going to be on our social media profiles for you, for any questions or suggestions you have. Please stay safe, stay home. It's very important. You're amazing too. Chicos, muchísimas gracias por habernos acompañado hoy. Le estaba dando las gracias a Jeremy por haber venido un ratito, porque él trabaja en salud y hay que estar en estos momentos él está con mucho trabajo. Muchísimas gracias a todos. Yo... besitos, kisses to everybody. Recordad, en 2 horas y 50 minutos, José Spinning en su canal tendrá un set en directo de canciones de los 90, de cosas que seguro que os van a gustar, y va a ser en vinilo, ¿verdad?
Va a ser con vinilos.
Sí. Remember, in 2 hours and 40 minutes, approximately, José Spinning will be broadcasting live from his channel. It will be a 90s set, DJ set with vinyl, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it a lot. It will be nice. We love you too, good man. Hope you're getting better. Sí, José Spinning es el nombre del canal. Sí. José Spinning Cortés.
Sí.
You have the link on my home here on YouTube, on the related channels. I'll put the link too. Tenéis el enlace en la página principal de YouTube de mi canal, en canales relacionados. Y yo pondré el enlace también en la pestaña de comunidad dentro de unos minutos. One thing that may happen, what do we do about tomorrow? We need to shoot all systems go and turn back the clock.
Yeah, we were the streamings are not going to be regular this week probably.
Mm-hmm.
We may be
doing
shorter stuff, like behind the scenes stuff, while we work on the video. But we need to make the video this week, so you can have it as soon as possible.
Okay.
So yeah, we may have maybe a couple of regular streams this week, but we're going to be working on the video.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
Bueno, os lo digo, que vamos a estar rodando esta semana los vídeos, tenemos que rodarlos, entonces no vamos a poder conectarnos mañana y pasado tanto como estos días, van a ser conexiones más pequeñas seguramente por Facebook o Instagram, pero volveremos yo creo que miércoles o jueves con seguridad y será con I'll Be Good. We'll be back on Thursday with I'll Be Good, or maybe Wednesday, it depends on the shooting, but we will keep you posted. Everything will be on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and maybe here. Just tune in and we'll be giving you more content so you don't get bored or whatever. And that's it. Hope you have a nice day. I'm sorry if I missed some of your comments. Pasad un día, que os paséis un día genial. Nos vemos en breve. Estaremos poniendo cosas en las redes sociales. Recordad la sesión que tiene José en un ratito en su canal. Y mañana y pasado, pues eso, sentimos no poder estar tanto como hoy, pero queremos rodar eso para que lo tengáis también, ¿vale? Kisses, bye for now, stay safe and stay home. Besitos, adiós por ahora, nos vemos pronto, ¿vale? Quedaos en casa.